Hey Bliss readers, I'm Taylor Swift, and I'm going to be answering some fan questions. You guys have sent these in, so thank you in advance for your cool questions. The first one I'm going to pick says, how does it feel when you're up on stage performing in front of loads of people? Is it really scary? From Casey Ricketts. That, sometimes. You know, I feel like in front of like a stadium full of my fans who I feel like we all understand each other and we know each other, I feel like I'm hanging out with 65,000 of my friends. So I'm really at ease, really comfortable, and there's no big deal. But sometimes I do get nervous, like for TV performances and all that. It's like, it depends, but most of the time no, especially not on tour. But there are certain situations where it's like, ugh.
Do you have anything that you do to calm your nerves?
To calm my nerves, I try to get into a mental place of thinking thoughts that calm me down. It usually doesn't work. Next question says, why did you decide to base your songs on your life? P.S. You rock, from Hammy24. Thank you. A lot of the things in my life that have happened and a lot of the decisions I've made in my career have really just been natural things, natural progressions. Like for me, when I started writing songs when I was 12, writing about my life seemed like the only real thing I wanted to write about. So I just continued that way. And as I've, fortunately, thanks to you guys, gotten more successful with my music, I've always had this priority and this goal to not change as a songwriter. And so I write about my life. Even though my life is more noted now and more speculations are placed on the songs, I still write about my life because I haven't changed as a songwriter. The next question seems like a long one. I can't wait for you to be in London next March. Thank you. What is it like to tour as much as you do, knowing there are millions of us fans, Swifties, that are made happy to watch you perform? From Hannah. That is so sweet. It's so incredible being on stage, and my favorite sound in the world is the sound of screaming, cheering crowds. And particularly my crowds. They're wonderful to me, and I feel like, you know, when you write a song, you're really alone in that moment. You're the only one feeling that feeling, or so you think. And then when you put it on an album and you put it out into the world and you stand on a stage and you look out into a crowd of thousands of people who are singing those words back to you, that means that they've felt that way too. And that means I don't feel alone.
Do you have a favourite place to perform? Is there anywhere where the crowds are just amazing?
I have a lot of favorite places to perform, but I really like big venues. I really like stadiums.
The bigger the better.
How do you keep your skin so clear? From MessyJess0407. Thank you. My skin, I wash it. I take my makeup off at night, sometimes. Sometimes I forget. But for me, I moisturize. I do that. I have moisturizer that, it's not like a particular one. I just try all kinds. And I do that also before I put my like base concealer on. I put on moisturizer in the morning and at night. So maybe that's it. But thank you. What was the best thing ever in your life before you got famous and then after? Are they the same or different, and why? From Miss April. Before all of this happened, I think the best thing in my life was getting to have a normal life. I got to go to high school. I got to learn to drive a car. I got to date guys and just guys at my school, and I really liked that. I am so glad, looking back, that I had a normal life. And then after, the best thing is my priorities. Having a million different things to prioritize can be really complicated and confusing sometimes, but for me it's given me a lot of clarity about what my priorities are. And my priorities are family, writing songs, fans, and love. Love's not always there, you know, you don't always have a boyfriend. I usually don't have a boyfriend, but It's like those things, like your family, your friends, your fans, writing songs, which is the one thing that I love doing more than anything else, and having hope that love exists. Those are my priorities.
Okay.
How would you get a guy's attention from Ellie Honey? I would not. That's usually how I go about it. I don't look for love. I don't search for it. I don't. You know, like, if you say that you think a guy's cute, like in my situation, if I say a guy's cute in an interview, that's kind of the same if you were to, like, tell the most gossipy girl at school that you think this guy's hot. It'll get around, and it'll put a vibe out there, and he'll figure out that you think he's cute. But do you really want to be that girl who, like, he knows that he can have you, so he doesn't really have to try? I don't know. I mean, maybe that's playing games, but for me, I'm so happy and content being single that I kind of wait for somebody to pop up in my path, and then I'll maybe make an exception and be in a relationship. So I think that's probably the most horrible answer to that question I could have possibly given you, but my advice would be to not get a guy's attention. And if he likes you anyway, then he's worth it.